I have on a onesie jumper thing from Boohoo over my yoga pants right now. So that's where we are at in life. Alright, so today we're doing a holiday makeup look using all drugstore makeups. This is a full face drugstore. One of you guys on Instagram messaged me saying you wanted to see an emerald holiday kind of look instead of like the classic, you know, red lip, gold eye kind of thing. And I was like, that's a great idea. Let's do that. I will link some of my past holiday videos down below if you want to see a more traditional kind of holiday makeup look, but I wanted to switch it up, do something fun, do something green. So if you're excited for this video and you enjoy while you're watching, you can give it a thumbs up. If you're new here, I upload every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, 6 p.m. Pacific time. In my time, I just got my Jolly as Heck shirt in the mail. These will be linked down below. So if you want to see how I got this drugstore makeup look, you're in the right place. Just keep watching. Okay, how do we feel about this headband? I feel very Gossip Girl. I think it's cute, right? Maybe? Really can't tell. I feel like I need to do like an Instagram poll right now because I can't tell if I look like a 5-year-old at a birthday party or Blair Waldorf. This was from Amazon, by the way. I'll link it down below if you are a fan. Okay, so everything I'm using is drugstore. I'm going to start out by priming my face with NYX Angel Veil. This is one of my favorite drugstore face primers. This is a good all-over one. I usually like concentrating pore-filling primers just like around my nose, but this one is totally fine to use all over your face. It's not going to like dry it out or anything. Some of these products are going to be like first impressions and others are ones that I know I like. So we're going to do a little foundation concoction here. I'm going to mix the Revolution Conceal and Hydrate in F2 with Kokie Full Coverage Matte Foundation in 10C. So I'm just going to mix these two shades. This one is very matte, full coverage. This one's also full coverage and very dewy. So I haven't actually tried mixing these two yet, so I'm excited. Wow, I literally just got enough foundation for like 15 people. I just had Chipotle for lunch. Feeling good. Feeling ready for this video. For event or like holiday, you know, more like glam kind of makeup, I usually like to do full coverage foundations. That's just what I prefer, but you could always do something lighter if you wanted it to look a little bit more natural or if you're going to like, I don't know, work party or something. By the time this video goes up, I will have posted my December Instagram giveaway. So there's tons of Sigma makeup brushes, Morphe eyeshadow palette. That giveaway is going on right now on my Instagram. It's at Taylor Wynn if you want to enter. Oh! What is that? What just happened? Did I have lipstick on my sponge? I thought that was blood at first. Okay, it's definitely lipstick. Where the heck did that just come from? Let's just switch sponges here and cover that up. So I actually have a video either coming or it's already up on my favorite concealers, and most of them were drugstore. This is one of the ones I mentioned, so I'm going to use the CoverGirl True Blend Undercover in the shade L150 Porcelain. This you need like literally the tiniest bit, and it spreads super far. It's full coverage, it dries very fast, so you kind of have to work right away. I love this because you can use the tiniest bit of product, so you're not going to get like horrible creasing, but it still gives you full coverage and brightens everything up. I'm really curious about this. This is a new launch from Revolution, Makeup Revolution Pro. This is their Skin Finish Luminescence. So to me, this seems like it's supposed to be kind of like a MAC Skin Finish kind of situation. I'm gonna see how much glow this has. Ooh, okay, that looks like it could be pretty. I'm debating if I want to use this for my under eyes and like mix it with the powder. Whoops, that just fell out. I think I'm going to try mixing it with my Physicians Formula Healthy Powder just to lighten this powder and then also add like a little bit of a glow, hopefully. This could go totally wrong, but we'll find out. I don't know if I can see any kind of luminosity. Can I? Maybe a little bit, which is good because you don't want that if I'm using it on my under eyes. I don't want it to be like super obvious. Just like when it hits the light a little bit. Doesn't seem like it has that much color payoff. It's not really like lightening the powder a whole lot. Let's try using this all over my face. I'm gonna use my Milani powder bronzer brush. Love this for both of those things. I'm gonna first try it on my cheeks in case it is really luminous. Okay, it looks like there's like a slight glow. Yeah, I think it's adding a slight glow, which I like. For brows, nothing new here. I'm just gonna use my Maybelline brow pencil. This is one of my favorites. If you want another drugstore option, love the e.l.f. brow pencil and also the Joa Truly Yours brow pencil. All three of those are bomb, super affordable. You really don't need a high-end brow pencil. I feel like those three drugstore ones do a better job than a lot of high-end ones I found. All right, so this is a new product by Makeup Revolution. I have tried this one. This is the lighter one. The bronzer looks very orangey on my skin tone, so I think I'm going to try, wow, this is so blinding, this packaging. I think I'm going to try this shade just to see if it's a little bit more cool toned, because I don't love this one. I probably want to use this bronzer shade again. The highlight was really pretty in this palette too. And the lighter one, I haven't tried this like goldy one. Maybe we'll use it today. I had another product, but that's looking really pretty. So I'm going to try this on my big Milani brush again, because if a bronzer is a little bit dark, this one usually helps to kind of like diffuse it out. Ooh, I like that undertone. It's kind of like a reddish bronze. I think it's a little bit dark, but I'm going to go over it with a powder to kind of tone it down. So blend that out. I'm going to go directly back in with this powder and just go right over top. Uh-oh, that made it like a weird gray cast. I mean, it's looking a little bit ashy. So let's go back in with the really warm one, and hopefully this will kind of like balance it out. So I'm going to play around with this. Sometimes on my skin, it's very odd. Certain bronzers that I can normally wear, if I'm wearing a certain foundation or like the undertone, I think it is, it just makes the bronzer look super ashy. It's happened to me a handful of times. So I'm going in with the warm shade now to try and cover that up, which seems to be helping. For highlight, I want to try this gold shade. I feel like this will be pretty with the look I'm going for. I'm going to do blush last, so hopefully it helps like blend all these together. Ooh. You can like build it up. I went in a few times to get this, but you could make it look more subtle. For blush, I'm going to go in with one of my favorites, CoverGirl Medium Rose. This is an oldie but a goodie. Never fails me. Also gives you that kind of wintry cold cheek look, you know? Looking a little bruised like in certain lighting. Okay, for an eye primer, I'm going to go in with ColourPop's White Concealer. I don't like this concealer for my face, but I like it for eye primer. So what inspired this whole full drugstore video for me was that there have been so many new drugstore eyeshadow palette launches, like for the holidays. There's this Palladio Ultimate Pro palette that looks super pretty. Wet n Wild came out with literally like 4 different eyeshadow palettes. There's this one that's all metallic. There's the 32 pan palette one, which I think this is just their normal Color Iconic palettes, but put all into one, if that makes sense, like their normal tiny ones, which I love the formula of these. And then they also came out with this giant one, which I used in I think it was a Foundation Friday video. I'm really curious about the Palladio palette because it looks like there's some really pretty greens and like emerald shades. I feel like this one would look so pretty all over the lid. So I kind of want to do like a deep green holiday look because I feel like that's not as common as like a gold or, you know, red or something. Definitely feels like, you know, pretty cheap packaging, but Palladio I'm pretty sure you can only get at Sally Beauty, maybe Ulta online. I'm not quite sure, but I'll link it down below wherever I can find it. Ooh, okay, here's what the shades look like. Has a very chemical-y scent. Like I got a whiff from down here. I think it's just the plastic packaging. Hopefully these shadows are gonna be good. So far, the shade's really pretty, definitely pigmented, and it's blending out well. I'm gonna go with the shade right next to that, which is like a little bit of a lighter cream shade, just to kind of set everything. This one has, it looks like a little bit of a satin finish. I do want to use this emerald shade all over the lid, so I'm just going to hope this is a good non-patchy green shade. I'm going to first take it on my finger. It feels nice and soft, and that looks really pretty. Press on first. I'm going to go in and blend afterwards, obviously. I just like to pack on the color first. Now I'm going to take an E25 by Sigma, take that same shade, and blend out the edges. I'm going to switch brushes to the Sigma E35 with nothing on it, and I'm just going to blend out those edges some more. I'm definitely getting some fallout. I have some of it down here. As you can see, it's getting pretty patchy right there, which can tend to happen with shades like this. I'm going to have to go back in with my finger and add some more, but that's fine because I am just kind of blending out the edges right now. The closer I get in, I'm kind of just patting so it doesn't pick it up. Okay, so I definitely had to work with that shade quite a bit. As you can see, it's looking pretty patchy on the lid still. I'll be adding something over top of it anyways. Wow, it's like really staining my finger too. The shade next to it looks like a pretty like sage green metallic. That could look pretty on the lid with some gold glitter over top. So I think that's what we're gonna do. So I'm just gonna take that on my finger again. They feel nice and soft in the pan. Trying to just like press that on, but again, it's looking pretty patchy. Maybe I need to use a brush with this one, so I'm going to use that shade, spray some Fix Plus, so hopefully I can just really wet it and get it on there. Okay, there we go. So I'm gonna have to obviously kind of blend those two together more. These are turning out to be pretty difficult to work with. I think that's about as good as I can get with that shade. Glitter makes everything better, so I'm debating between these two shades. This one's kind of more like a champagne gold. This is Poppin' by Morphe, and then this one's like a yellowy kind of gold by CoverGirl, number 6. All right, this one I forgot is more of just like a metallic than a glitter. Not Drugstore, but if you had Midnight Cowboy by Urban Decay, I would go with that one over top. I think this one would be like perfect, but since we don't, I'm gonna try this one, and then maybe I'll add in a little bit of the CoverGirl if I need to. That one's like pretty silver actually. I have Lucky Star by Koki. Oh, that one might be perfect. Okay, we're gonna do Lucky Star. So I'm gonna add this right onto the middle of my lid. I'm gonna go back with the dark green metallic shade that I used in that palette and just pat that right on the edges to kind of melt the two shades together, hopefully. So just right where that glitter meets the matte shade. Okay, this has been a little bit of a struggle bus working with this green shade, let me tell you. I'm doing the black liner for my waterline. This one's by Catrice. This is their Liquid Metal. There is a matte black in this palette, and I'm kind of curious how it is. So I'm gonna use that on a flat liner brush and press that right underneath my lashes. And then I think I'm gonna mix the black with maybe that shade or the brown. Let's do the brown first. There isn't like a warm gold tone. That shade is really pretty in the palette, holy crap, but not for this look, but that looks gorgeous. There's like this kind of sandy gold, but nothing super bright. So I think I'm actually gonna take my highlight shade. I'm gonna go back in with this. I'm gonna pop that on the inner corner. Ooh, that is so pretty. You guys, I just discovered in the LA Girl palette I've been loving, this one, there's a super pretty looking metallic-y kind of green shade that would have been perfect. And that one looks like it's a little bit better. But here's the colors. I probably could have done the same kind of look with this palette, honestly. That one looks a little bit more blue though. The shades I've tried out of this palette so far are gorgeous and just like blend out beautifully. I'm just gonna line my upper lash line, not do a wing, but just line it, and then we're gonna put on false lashes. I'm gonna do a thin coat of mascara. This is the CoverGirl Exhibitionist, one of my favorite drugstore mascaras. If you don't want to do false lashes and you just were gonna put on a drugstore mascara, love that one. My favorite combo. Talked about this so many times, but this is the Essence Lash Princess with Revlon So Fierce. These two layered are amazing. So for lashes, I feel like we gotta do something dramatic to go with this. So I'm gonna go in with my Kiss Lashes in Tulle. Okay, I just tried washing my hands twice with an oil makeup remover, and this was the most I could get the green eyeshadow off. So this is gonna be a grand old time getting this off my eyeballs. But lashes are on, and then just put on some lower lash mascara. So for lips, obviously you could do a classic red, but I feel like that might be a little intense with like the green and the red, but do you. If you're going to like an ugly Christmas sweater party or something, I feel like you could totally pull off like doing both. But if you're doing like formal event kind of makeup or a party, I feel like for me that might be a little bit too much. So I think I'm going to do a nude lip, but still with like the orangey goldish kind of tones, and I might even put a little bit of like a gold eyeshadow over top. But let's first go in with Nonstop Nude by LA Girl. Alright, then I'm going to go in with Ardell Soft Touch. This one has like a neutral but still kind of like peachy tone, so I'm hoping this one will look good with these eyes. And this isn't a matte liquid lip, so it does have like a little bit of shine. Then to top that off, I'm going to add a little bit of Nude Ballet by L'Oreal. If you've never tried this lip gloss formula, it is so beautiful. It's like so soft and silky feeling. I do want to lighten it a little bit. I don't want it to look like too fall. So I think I'm going to take that highlight shade, use my finger, and actually press a little bit of that on top of my lips. Alright, so this is the final full drugstore emerald green makeup look. This was a little bit of a rough one with the eyes, not gonna lie. I really worked with that green shadow for a while. I think the eyeshadow took me like 40 minutes or something around there. So I can't say I recommend that palette, but I will try and link a couple other drugstore palettes down below that have a similar shade. But like I said, that LA Girl one looks like it does too. And so far I really like that one. But I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, you can give it a thumbs up. I'm gonna have everything I used on my face linked down below in the description box. Hope you have a good holiday season, holiday party it up. But I love you guys. Thanks for watching. See you in my next video. Bye.